your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Back to throw, it's Allard. Coming after him. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Brings it down on the right side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. You go with the first snap of the game, and you make a big play like that, your confidence just soars.
And I don't know if the defense was sleepwalking here, Reese, but it's almost as if they didn't know the game had actually started. They were just kind of lethargic in the back end. I don't think they were anticipating this offense taking a shot on the first play.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got him wide open. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Now, you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
To the air, it's Allard. Unloads to the wideout. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Penn State! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So Minnesota's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. He wants to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And they get a sack there from the linebacker position. There you have it. Linebacker U. This is Penn State defense as we know it. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Navarro Bowman, Sean Lee. Every year it seems like they're pumping another dude into the NFL, and this guy has a chance to be the next one.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Immediately fires to the middle. Push down for the tackle.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the returner will be brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels,
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where this...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. The Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Right down the middle. Fires and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Fires to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Motion from the offense. To throw, it's Lindsey. Getting some heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block, it's Brown. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Dropping back, it's Allard. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to move it through the air. Quick completion on the out. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
The Nittany Lions trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. The jet sweep pass. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that fight.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. They took it 71 yards down the field.
Penn State 14, Minnesota 0.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need.
And he intercepts it. He'll try to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in position, but also, how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Open space at the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Nittany Lions have pushed it inside the 20. Right back to the well. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass, it's Allard. Looking for the score. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. On that last one, he was looking for number 3.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch. He's got enough. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
He'll just keep slinging it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now we see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a man. It's Allard. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
He's looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with this decision.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes a move. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Back to pass, it's Allard. They're trying to get to it. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And the Nittany Lions in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Penn State! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
It's a draw. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Give to the running back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. They'll try the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They're bringing heat. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. LSU is down, but they are not out of it. Not in Tiger Stadium, a place Bear Bryant once said was like playing inside a drum. Maybe the best home field advantage in football. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to West Virginia. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Wide receiver shows motion. Back to throw, it's Allard. Now improvising. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And there is little that will send a home crowd into a frenzy like back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. The short hands, it's Saunders. Made a defender miss. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Fast motion from the offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you wonder if the defense has started to figure it out finally here. In the first half, this guy has been absolutely lighting you up, and finally they get some bodies back there anticipating the QB to look his way to force an incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a 1st down. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Only 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Let's go. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Looking deep down the right side. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And it's been a battle of wills between these two teams through 2 quarters. Bend but don't break. They've managed to neutralize the explosive playmakers on each side by shutting down passing windows and providing tight coverage. Forget the Jimmies and Joes. This second half could really be about the X's and O's.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. A score.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. The give from the gun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Quarterback checking off. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
This quarterback is having a day, man, and right there he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there, but what a game this dude is having.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Here's the handoff. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
See, they need more runs like that. It's just been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. He's looking to throw it. He finds his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. Looking at a 2nd and short now. To the air, it's Lindsey. Firing to the right, complete. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to...
Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
There's an example of what happens when a quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. He's got him, and they convert. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Aller. Feeling some heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. The aerial assault continues. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. And you could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
Got his man on the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, though.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's going to pass. Trying to get to it. Takes a hit as he fires. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Penn State! And the route is on.
Number 10.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man in the middle. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Allard. Forced out of the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the beatdown has ensued. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, Coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
Gain of 18. That's a first down for the offense.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wants to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, it's a good route by the wide receiver. He gets to the middle of the field. I think he just took his eyes off the football.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, wants to throw it. Setting up the screen. Touchdown, Penn State! And the punishment has been extended. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control with this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The quick out. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. They keep attacking through the air. Looking left. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You've got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Looking for the end zone. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Rifles it down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Allard. Fires to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity?
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here late.
Lofts one high and deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Looking to move it through the air. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Allard. Coming after him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a
Fires into traffic, intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Quick pass on the fly motion. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. Looking to throw, it's Allard. He makes the connection. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The give as they work on that clock. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Goes to the option. The pitch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other.